So, as we discussed earlier, you can see here, like our upgrade is successfully completed. We can see the 100% process is finished. So the procedure is everything is completed, which means, so when you get this message, end of the post processing, you will get this message saying that your upgrade has been successfully completed. So this you can see here in the some ending phase. Okay, this is what like last last week we discussed, right? Extraction, configuration, checks, pre-processing, execution, and post-processing. Also, we discussed about the detailed way each and every phase what exactly happens, in which phase shadow system will be created, which phase the main system will be down. So in which phase cleanup will happen. So what exactly happens in the configuration phase? So these are the things you should remember. Okay, that is what like we discussed in the last class, right? So additionally, you can check here. So analysis file, some analysis. So these are the task list. How many tasks are executed? These are the logs. So some logs, some directory logs. So to some school in the some screen, you can see the logs here, right? In the some screen, you can see the logs, SAP up.log file. So all this log files, some related log files, you can see here. So each phase, every phase, there is a log file will be created. That logs you can see it here. Additionally, you can go to the OS level, operating system level, go to the here USR, so SAP, so SID, then some directory. Under the some directory, we have above. So here you can see the log folder. Here also you can see the all the logs here. So in the log directory, you can see the logs here. Otherwise, you can go to the some screen in the logs tab. You can see the logs here. Okay, two ways we can see the logs here. In the directly, you can go to the some directory. We can view the logs. So same logs we can view it. Or in the some screen, there is a log folder. You can go it here. You can observe it. Right. Next, if we go to the here some utilities, which means so more options, analysis, some parameters, which parameters we have used it for uptime, downtime, how many parameters we used it. So those things should be displayed in the some analysis file. It's a very important, it's a very crucial file. Why? Because here entire analysis starting to ending. So starting date to ending date, each phase, how much time it took in. So what is the size, DB size initially increased. So you can see here, so DB size initially 41, 47. Then when we imported the patches, it's reached to the 58 to 75. This is the DB size increased. In the configuration phase, so each phase, how many process you used it. Okay, the languages. So and also some downtime, 1 hour 6 minutes total downtime, some technical downtime. In the means in the execution phase, how much time it's taken. Total runtime 24 hours 13 days, sorry, 24 hours 13 minutes 20 seconds. How much time? So when you started the sum time 4:4, when you end the sum time 4:9. Okay, so log time, how much time? Okay, number of packages, these are the packages, right? So from versions, how much versions? So what are the component versions it's changed? What are the component versions it changed? We can see these are the components are upgraded during the upgrade. These are the source patch level versions. These are the destination versions. You can see all are changed to the 36. And where is our basis components? These are our basis, ABAP, PPPL. These are the basic components, HR package, everything. So what is the patches level changes? Here 751 is changed to the 6. Here AP changed to the 3 and 1 to 5, 1 to 6. So like that, you can see the source versions. After upgrade, what are the component versions we have? After upgrade, what are the component versions we have? So HR, you can see 21 to 36, it changed, SAP HR. So then, so GWFND, what is the component version? It's changed to the 26. So you can see everything is changed. Everything, their patch level got changed. That's why we called it as the major patch upgrade. SP012 we upgraded to the 06 we went. 06 we went. So here in the detailed analysis, like in the initialization phase, nothing. Like in the extraction phase, how much time it's taken. So configuration phase, how much time it's taken. So checks phase, how much time it's taken. This is the timelines. So pre-processing time, how much it's in. Pre-processing, you can see here 18 hours. Pre-processing 18 hours it took. And downtime only 1 hour. So which means 1 hour only downtime for the system. So we can, so all this information will be located here. All the information will be available in the some analysis file. That is file is called the up-gana.xml file. This analysis is called the, here you can see the some analysis file. Otherwise you can download it. Just click on the download option. The file will be downloaded. up-gana.xml file downloaded. So you can open the file and you can view the same statistics. You can open it. Okay. So tomorrow, if any interview or during the interview or your manager will ask you questions, so your upgrade is done. After that, how to perform the analysis? Did you ever perform any analysis? Yes. How? If we go to the up-gana.xml file or if you go to the some analysis file under the utilities, you will see how much each phase, how much time it's taken from version and to version. All the information you can find out from here. All the information you can find out from here. So how many process you used to do, how many clients, what is the DB size, what is the DB, all the information you can find out from here. This is the some analysis file. This is the some analysis file. In this analysis, you can find out how much time it's taken for the each and every phase. Okay, this is the some analysis file. Okay, so upgrade is done now. We got the successful message saying that upgrade is successfully completed. Then upgrade is done. Technically, our upgrade is done. Then what next after the upgrade is done? So then we have post steps, post upgrade steps. What are the post upgrade steps? Okay, what are the post upgrade steps? So log into the system, in the system, verify the patch levels, verify the patch level in the system. So verify the patch level, verify the patch levels, how many so verify the patch levels. Okay, so we have to verify the patch levels in the system. Then post upgrade, so then we need to perform the some basic transaction codes. We have to perform it. Means our daily transactions, we have the monitoring transactions, right? We have performed. So daily monitoring transactions, we have to execute it. Monitoring T codes, we have to execute it. Okay, so why? Because since everything is coming or not, then so ask your developer to perform SPAU adjustment. That is what we discussed, right? SPAU adjustments, right? Then so run the SGen, we have to run it for the new components. If not run during the sum tool, if not yet executed during the configuration phase, we skipped the SGen, right? If not run, so during the sum procedure, if you are not run, you need to manually execute the SGen option. Then release the jobs. If you have suspended the jobs, release it. Then if you are suspended the jobs, you have to release it. Then so release the users as well. You have to unlock all the users, release the users as well. Then so you can just unlock all the queues, and everything. You have to unlock it, unlock all the queues, and release the jobs, release the users, run SGen. So perform the monitoring transaction codes. So then finally, so these are the things. These are the some post upgrade steps we have to perform it. Suppose if you suspend the jobs, we can also suspend the jobs using the BTC trans1. There is a transaction code. If we go to the here during the upgrade, we have to suspend the jobs. There is a transaction code BTC trans 1. Okay, BTC TRNS 1. This will be suspend all the jobs. You can see all the jobs, so will be suspended, right? If you go to the BTC trans 2, it will release it. It will release the mass jobs. It will release the all the jobs will be released. Okay, all the jobs will be released. So this way we can suspend and we can release the all the jobs in the system. All the jobs in the system. You can see here. We can suspend and release the all the jobs. See here, all the jobs are started. So it's running fine. You can see here all the jobs are running fine or not. So and also you can also see the ST22, any dumps are occurred or not, no dumps. So then SM21, any critical errors in the system, we can observe it here. Any critical errors. So you can see here, no critical errors here. So that is fine. Okay. Then you can go to here, then check in SMICM. Are their ports are active or deactivated or not in SMICM. Go to the services, you can see ports. Here you can see, so SMICM HTTPS port is deactivated. So we need to activate this port. We need to activate this port. We have to activate it. So just activate it. Okay. So like that, we have to activate the ports. Okay. So then check the ports. If not activated, you have to activate it. Then check the component versions. System status. If you check the patch level, verify the patch levels. If you go to the system status, if you go to the here, you will see the what are our current patch levels here. SAP basis 6. Previously, all these versions are 01, 01, 01, 01. Everything is 01. Now we can see everything. Now we can see the everything. The patch level is increased, which means we did the SP upgrade. We have done it. Major SP upgrade we have performed 0012 to 0006. We upgraded all our components to the latest versions, not the latest version, somewhat like higher versions, we upgraded it. So these are the installed product version. What are the products we have installed in our systems? So this is the products we have installed. Our system is ECC 6.0 EHP 8. And so these are the NetWeaver 7.5 basic version also installed here. These are basic apps. So every ECC you will get the NetWeaver 7.5 as well. So you can see here. So these are the product versions are installed in our ECC system. These are the sub patch levels, sub components. Okay, all these components are called the one product versions. Okay, all these components are called the one product versions. Okay, got it? This is the way we have to verify the all the patch levels are in place or not. Then monitoring transaction code, check the consistency status, and check the loads, release the jobs. So all these things, release the queues, SMQR. So you have to release all the queues in SMQR, right? So you have to create some queues are there here. You have to release it. SMQR, SMQ2. You have some jobs are there. You have to release all these things. You have to release it. You have to release it. Okay. So this is what we discussed in our previous classes. If any queues are there, so any queues are there, you have to release those queues and everything. You have to release it. Okay. That is the queues locking and unlocking. And users, if any users are there locked, you can unlock the users and everything. This is what the part of the upgrade steps, previous post upgrade steps. Then hand over the system to business. System handover. Okay, because we have done the upgrade, then hand over the system to business. Business, if we hand over it, they will perform all the activities and everything. So then if you import the transports, if any import the transports, if any transports are there, we can import the transports. Okay, if any transports are there, we can import it. So these 9 or 10 steps, so we can perform the as part of the post upgrade activity. Once upgrade is completed, it's very simple. We need to check whether system behaving normally or not. We need to verify the patch levels. We can ask developer to perform the SPAU. This is a confirm SPAU. We have to perform it. Then import the transport request, release the jobs, queues, everything. So we have to perform it. These are the post upgrade steps. Okay, just remember all these post upgrade steps and everything. And also we discussed about the pre-upgrade steps as well. Then upgrade, some tool starting and everything. So the upgrade consists of the 3 phases, right? 3 steps, 3 upgrade steps. Then some upgrade, then post upgrade. After the upgrade, what you have to do? Before the upgrade, what we have to do? Before the upgrade, XML file, software downloads, and all these things we have checked, right? These are the things we have to perform. These are about the our upgrade, some upgrade. Okay. Any questions from anyone regarding the upgrade part? No questions, then we will quickly start the SAP R3 Security. So SAP R3 Security, SAP R3 Security. So what is meant by R3 Security? What is security? First of all, security. Why the security is very important for the systems or mobile phones? Why it is very important? Anyone can give some information? Suppose in your mobile phones, you need some security, right? So why? Why do you need some privacy or some security? Why you need?
To safeguard the business data and hello
Yeah.
to safeguard the business data and to secure it from hacking and to give proper authorizations to the users to the level to the level they needed.
Yeah, right, exactly. Good. So security. So if I talk about the SAP side, to protect the data from unauthorized users, right? That is a correct statement. So suppose if you want to protect your data from unauthorized users, so in outside we have many hackings are running, right? Hackers will hack your systems, will steal your business data and everything, right? Will theft, they will theft your business data and everything, your vendors, business data and everything. So to protect your SAP system from unauthorized access, unauthorized users, you need a access, you need a user ID and a password. Like definitely you need a security. Even your small mobile phone only, we are putting the screen lock, user ID, password lock, pin lock. So something like that we are doing it. Why? Because security is very important here. Fingerprints locking. So security is very important. Same as like in SAP also, we have business data. All the business will happen through SAP only. Why? Because SAP is the application level. Everyone they will log into the application. They will do the transactions, everything, payments, and everything. If that system is hacked, how the customers can trust? And also not only saving the securing our data, not only securing our data. So we have not only securing our data, we have so roles and responsibilities as well. Why? Because in SAP system we have not only one person, we have SAP basis team. So we have SAP basis persons are available. Then SAP security, the security we are a separate team, so you no need to worry about this one. And SAP finance, functional modules. So functional modules, okay, functional teams. Then SAP ABAP team. Then users. So users also will log in and they will do. Apart from that, our IT team managers, then the users also will log in. They will do the business in the SAP side. So and also SAP is one screen. So everyone they can access the all the transaction codes and everything, right? So then how can we segregate? Okay, basis team will use only basis related transaction codes. Security person they have to use only users and this person. How can we ensure functional team will not touch our basis related transaction codes? Why? Because here in SAP side, so the each person they have to do own work only, own job only they have to do it. Suppose if a basis person they have to do only basis work only, not the development work, right? Only developers they have to do the development work, not the basis work or functional work. So each team they have to do their individual team's responsibilities only, not the beyond that one, right? So if you perform, you are a security breach. But how can we ensure if the person is trying to access, how can we ensure system should restrict it? So that's why we have users concept in SAP, users and users and authorizations concept we have in SAP, users and authorization concept in SAP. So you have to create the user, then assign the authorization to that respective user, so that whatever the authorizations that the user is having, only the particular so transaction codes, the particular data tasks the user will perform it, right? That's why we are ignoring it. That's why we are doing it here, right? So suppose I have system wider access, I will do the development, I will do the functional, I will do the security. So everything means you are breaching your responsibility. You are breaching your responsibility. You are doing some other responsibilities as well, which means so the development was supposed to perform by DevOps team, but you are performing means it's a security breach. So definitely it's a violation, right? To avoid this to avoid this critical authorizations to the so some unknown persons, and also to avoid this wide access to the all other persons, we need to restrict it. Restrict means we need to restrict the access, right? That's why in front of us, in front of our homes, we are putting the so CC cameras to restrict the to protect, right? To ensure. Why, right? And also, so in the mobile phones, in the computers, we are putting the passwords and everything. Why? Because to protect your data, business data. Suppose you have some data, some confidential documents, everything is there in the system to protect this one. That's why whenever so PDFs also we are putting the passwords and we are sending to other persons. Why? Because I'm not sure we are sending to the so we are sending from one phone to one phone. We are sending in between. If someone hacks, they will open the document and they will theft your data. But if you protect with the password, what happens? So if you protect with the passwords, then he cannot open. So the hackers cannot open any document. So only you can open the document and you can review the confidential data. So same as like outside as follows in SAP also. So we have a users and a security concept, not one user for everyone. So each user, each person, we have to create the one user, so that we are aware of what that person is doing exactly. So like that is we are aware of. So individual accounts we have to create it. How to create the accounts then? How to create the user accounts and how to assign it? So here the security normally nowadays, previously security, SAP security is part of our basis team, like long back, like 20 years ago, 25 years ago, before security is part of our basis. But nowadays, security is not part of our basis. It's like, so we have the separate security team. Each company, they have a separate security team. So they will perform the individual responsibilities, the security responsibilities and everything. So that's why you don't need to worry about that. You don't need to worry about that one. Why? Because each organization, they have the separate security team is available. But few companies, so small size companies, few companies, so they will not hire the security team. Why? Because a small size company, so why they required the so security team. So that's why few companies they are performing security, basis team will performing the security. Few companies they are having separate security team. Normally, as far as I know, every company they have own security team. Why? Because our basis responsibilities are more. So that's why security responsibilities they have, security tasks, security roles they have segregated, separated. That's why every company they have separate security teams available. So what we have to do as part of the security, we have to create the users in SU01 and PFCC and SU53 and SU23 or SU24 to checking the authorization objects and SU10. So these are the transaction codes will be so helpful for the security. Security we have only less transaction codes only, not very high. Only 5 or 6 transaction codes. Security. SU01 for user, single user creation. Single user creation. Suppose you want to create the user, you can use SU01. SU10. This is for the mass user creation. Mass user creation. Multiple users at a time you can create it. PFCC. So roles creation. Single roles, complex roles. That roles we can create it here. Okay. Then SU53 to check the authorization error, to check the authorization error, to check the authorization errors. SU53 to find out the authorization objects, authorization object. So these are the transaction codes we are using for the security, right? So normally SU01, PFCG, SU53, SU10. So these are the most usable transaction codes. You should aware of at least security means, yeah, I know user creation, roles creation or roles assignation from the PFCG. So mass user creation, we should aware of these things. So how to do that one? So what is this roles? What is this role concept here? What is this profile concept here? So here you have, you are the one user, you are the one user here. Okay, you are the user. Suppose you are the basis user, right? You are the basis user newly joined in our team. So that what we will, what security people them, they will create the user, they will create the user in SU01, then they will assign the object to you. They will assign the object to you. So that whatever the role they have assigned, you are the basis team, right? Then they will assign the basis role. They will assign the basis role to you, then you will perform only basis related activities. So you are not the basis person. So you are the developer. Then in this case, they will develop the developer role. They will assign the dev role to you. Then you will perform the only development related activities, not the basis related activities. Then who are segregating? Who are restricting here? The role, the authorization object, the related authorization object is restricting you to perform other transaction codes. It will restrict it. So it will stop you to perform some other non-related transactions and everything, right? So that's why first role creation, authorization objects are very important here. Then after that, you can assign this role to the users. You can assign this role to the users. Suppose if you go in the PFCG, PFCG is the transaction codes, PFCG, right? PFCG is the transaction code. So in this transaction code, you have to create the already roles are available. Also in the system, we have many bulk roles, mass roles are available. Already roles are available. You can see here, many roles are available. All these roles are available. But few companies, they will use the standard roles, they will use it. Few companies, they will not use the standard role, they will use the custom roles. Custom role means which we will create it, how to create them. So the custom roles already starts with to Z star R. So R normally Z star or Y star. We have to put the naming convention. SAP basis, SAP basis team, SAP basis team. The person who are joining, you have to assign this role to that person. Then that person will perform the only basis related transaction codes. Just click on the single role, then it will ask us to save it. Then go to the role, which transactions you want to assign it. So it's a very critical. So means you won't understand this one. So which transactions? I will tell you simply. So which transaction you want to assign to the user? Which basis means, so basis required the SM50, right? Then what transactions? SM51 he required basis team. ST22 he required. Then SM21 he required, right? We assigned this transaction codes to this users. So this role we have only this transaction codes we have assigned. Then go to the authorization object here. So for this transaction codes, what authorizations you have to provide it? You mean to say like you mean display access, read access, and execute, delete access. What access you need to provide it? Okay, so what access you required. So those authorization objects you have to assign it here. For those authorization objects, you have to assign it. Then how to find out for this authorization objects, and you will get confused, guys, definitely. Why? Because this is entire security topic. Okay, This entire security topic, you will get confused. So I will tell you which one you have to remember, from which level you have to remember. Okay, so which level you have to remember. So here they will change it organization levels. So they will change it manually. We can put the authorization object. What is the authorization object here? Something like that. Suppose if we go here, take the one more transaction code, then if you go to the SU24, then here you can just do the transaction, which transaction code. This is for the finding out the authorization object. ST22, you can go to here, then find out the authorization objects. What is the authorization objects? Here you need to find out. Okay, so SU22 to, so some other transaction codes you can give it here. This is for the to finding out the, so each transaction codes, the authorization objects we have to find out. What is the authorization object for the each and every transaction code? You will find out the information here. So, or some tracing, maintain the authorizations, values, everything we can find out from here. Okay, so this is for the maintaining the authorization objects and everything. Okay, that's why you will get confused this one. So okay, this is for the maintaining the levels, organization levels. So the user is joined the basis team, but he is the fresher one. Then we have to explain only display access, right? Freshers, they need only display level. So that type of entry we have to put here. That type of entry we have to assign here. That type of entry we have to assign it here. S_T code we have to assign the, so full authorizations are required, or full authorizations or display authorization, what authorizations we required, those things we have to assign to the here. Just click here, save it, then generate it. It should be green, everything should be green here. So then click on the save button. Then so here authorization, the role is changed here. You created the role, right? Role you created, so that you can perform only that related activities. You can perform it here. That related activities you can perform it here. That related activities only we will perform from here. So you created the role, one role you created. That role means that responsibility. In that role, you have assigned only this role having access to only these transaction codes. Like that, you have created the role, then you have saved that authorizations to the here. The access levels you have assigned here. Then go to the here SU01. For creation of the user, you have to go to the SU01. Suppose you can create one basis, suppose basis 1, you can create it, right? Just click on the create button. Or what you can do, you can copy the user from some other things as well. You can also create the new user, or you can copy from other users as well. Other users also you can copy it, so that what other users having the same, this user also will get the same level access, he will get it out. So basis 2 I am creating from basis 1. Here types of users, we are here dialog user. There are the 5 types of users types are there. Dialog user, we are logging in dialog mode, dialog group processor taking our user request, right? So that we are the dialog users, right? System user, system internal user. In the jobs we will use this system user. Communications user, communication purpose. Reference user, service user. Service user means in the service level we will maintain it. In SACF service levels, so they will use the user ID and passwords. So types of users we have. Whatever the type you want to create, you can create the user. So normally dialog users we will create it. Why? Because users will log in dialog mode. Then you need to set the password here. Maybe some password you need to set initial password. Okay. Then go to roles tab here. Role tab. Which role you want to assign? Which role you want to assign? Remove all these mandatory roles, all these things you can remove it. So because this came from as part of the copying. So which role you want to assign? So we created the one role, right? Z underscore basis underscore team. We created the one role. That role we can assign to him so that the person will perform only that activities he will perform. So we assign the roles to user, only this role to user, so that the user will perform this basis to user will perform only whatever the authorizations, whatever the transactions you assign to this user, only this actions he will be performed. Let's see now. Let's log into the system here. Okay, so 100 client. So then basis 2, then the password which you created, then enter the new password here. Then you logged into the system. Then if you try to access, so if you try to access, you got the ST22 dump. You got the one dump here, right? We can check the ST22. That is fine. Why? Because we assigned the ST22. Then SM50. SM50 also you assign it to this user. That is fine. You will perform. Okay. So you can see here. So each transaction code. So we are able to access, or you are able to access all transaction codes. All transaction codes. So because of the role which are assigned to you, that's why you are able to access all the transaction codes. You are able to access it. All the transaction codes you are able to access it because of everything is assigned to you. So that depends upon this role. Whatever the things are happened to you, you can access it. Suppose what happens if I remove the related responsibilities, the related roles, if I remove to you, what exactly happens? Which means you cannot perform anything here. Suppose I am removing, going here, I am removing the related things I am removing here, right? I am removing the related things I am removing here. Then will you able to access everything? No. Why? Because you will be able to access everything? No. Why? Because I removed the entire things here. Then go to the SE01. So you remove the, so you remove. Save it. Okay, you have done, you have saved it. So then you have removed the authorizations, the role assigned, but the related transaction codes I have removed. Related transaction codes I have removed it. Okay, remove this thing as well. This is there, it's not required. Okay, only the profile is there. So you have removed everything. Now go to the user which you logged in. This is the user you logged in, right? So go to the here. Is it correct user which you logged in? Basis 2. You should do basis only. You should log in basis 2. This is the basis 2 user, right? So now if you access anything, so you will get the authorization error. You are not authorized to use the transaction code. If you go to the SM50 also, you will get the error. So you will get the only few are assigned to, right? Only few transaction code. Other than this one, if you try to access some other things, you will not get the prompt because you are not authorized to use the transaction code SM59. Why? Because we have removed that roles and responsibilities. We have removed something to you, something we have assigned it to you. Only 4 we assigned it to you, then only those 4 we can perform it, not all. Not all. If I try to access some other PFCG, then you will not access. Why? Because you are not the authorized persons to use it, this transaction codes and everything. Okay, you are not the authorized persons to use it, all these transaction codes and everything. If you go to SU53, SU53 to find out which authorization objects you missed it out. You can see here, these are the authorization objects. It got missed. These are the authorization objects got missed when you are executing. These are the transaction codes you executed. But These are the authorizations you missed. So this authorization object, so security team will assign this authorization object to the you. Security team will assign this authorization object to you. Then you can perform the all this work you can perform it. All this work you can perform it, right? When you are having the authorization objects, just take the SU53 screenshot, then inform to your security person. They will assign this related things to you. Okay. So this is the authorization object related. So if any user having some authorization issues, then go to the SU53. We can find out the information here. Suppose if you want to find out the other users, then go to the here. So other user. So then there also you can find out the other users related information also we can find out, right? So this is the way we can find out the authorization errors, users and everything. So that is for a single user creation. Suppose the user is locked. Suppose you want to unlock it, you can go to the here. Then here you can see we have the options are available in SU01. If you want to create the user, you can use this button. If you want to change the user, you can change the user. Display, delete the user, you can delete it. Copy the user from other, you can use it. You can lock the user, lock and unlock. Suppose user is locked due to some incorrect password. So if the user is entered 3 times or 4 times password, the user is getting locked, right? User will be locked. Then you need to unlock it. Then to go to the here, just you can unlock it. If you want to reset the password, you can also reset the password of the user. Sometimes we may get the request saying that please reset the password of the user. Please reset the password of the users. Then you can come to the here. Then you can reset the password of the user's passwords. You can reset it out. You can reset. So this way we can reset the user's passwords and everything, right? Suppose sometimes what happens, user will forget the initial user, so they will ask you to reset the password. Then come to the here, put the username, just click on this button, then reset it. Reset it. This way we have to use it, right? And also this is a password reset options, right? Apart from that, suppose you have one user, that is fine, but you have the mass users creation. If you go to the SU10, then this is a mass user. Then at a time you can create test1, so test2, so test2. So users, multiple users, n number of users you can create it. So X, so Y, so then Z. So whatever the user, suppose like, so Ravi 1, so Ravi 2, number of users at a time you can create it here. Number of users you can create it here. Just click on the, if you can create the number of users you can put here, just click on the here. So then Ravi 1 already exists. So you can create the number of users here. Just click on the save button. See here, this one already created. The password also generated. System also will generate the one password. This is the password. System also will generate the password. So this is the password. It is created. This is the password. It is created, right? So this is the password creation. This is the password which will be useful, right? So this is the way we have to create the mass user. This is for the mass user creation. Mass user means bulk user creation. Bulk user creations we have to perform in SU0, SU10, right? Single user SU01. Mass user SU10 we have to perform it. Single user we have to perform SU01. Mass user you have to perform SU10 you have to perform it. So authorization objects SU53 you have to find out what authorization. So for basis user we don't have, in the way basis user is having the super user, so that all authorizations we have. So this is the way we have to create the user. Suppose you want to create the new user, not copying, just create, you want to create the new user, then you can also create the new user. Just click on the create button. Just click on the create button. What is the title of the user? Then what is the last name? What is the first name? So these things we have to, mandatory things we have to fill it. Go to the authorization data, dialog user, then password reset we have to perform it. Then valid from which date to which date is valid. Then role, which role we have to assign it. If you have any custom roles, we can assign the roles here. If you just click on this button, so here you will get the roles. What are the roles are assigned there in the system? All these roles are available. Then assign these roles to the user. any one of the role which are available. So then just click on the save button. That will be performed. That will be performed. Right? This way we have to create the users. Right? Very simple concept, but in this stage you don't require this one. Just remember the only basic level knowledge you can remember it. Why? Because you are getting, so you want to go basis side, right? Just to get the some basic level knowledge. That's why I'm not going to discuss about in detailed way. Why? Because if I go in detailed way, you will get confused. What is this authorization objects? So how to assign this authorization object? Just you can remember where to create the users in SU01, SU10. So roles, PFCZ. Where to check the authorization errors in SU53. So authorization objects. Okay. So then where to unlock, where to lock the users, where to unlock the users, how to lock the users, how to unlock the users, how to reset the password. Okay. These things you should be aware, right? You should be aware of these things, right? You can try to create it, at least one person create the 5 users, assign the roles or roles creation, whatever you want, you can do it. This is our system, training system. So you can create it. Then you can assign the roles, some dummy users you can create it. Your own users you can create it. Assign the roles to your user. Then that's fine. We can log in your own user. Then in this way we can track it. Who are doing what transaction codes you are executing. All these things we can find out from here, right? See, I log 2 users are logged in. One is the basis and basis 2. So whatever, then if you log in, then your entry also will be located here. So then we understand what transaction codes you are performing. Like that we can get some estimations from here. Okay, just try to log in. First of all, try to log in with either DDIC or basis user with password. Then create your own user. You can create it. Your own user you can create it. Then you can log in with your own user. Then you can do the monitoring, transactions, checklist, everything you can perform it. So now onwards, you don't log in with your basis user or DDIC user. You don't log in. Okay, don't log in with these users. So first of all, log in with these users. Create your own user. Okay, create your own user. You can create it. Then after that, just log in with your own user. Then you can perform all your actions and everything. Okay, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So please start. Like nothing is there. Just if you learn some security concept as well, that is also fine. But so it's not. Don't need to worry. Why? Because we have separate security team. You don't need to worry about. Okay, sir, we have learned many basic topics. Now also security means it's a very hard, right? Means just remember that at least transaction codes you can remember it. At least you can remember the from basics. How to create the user, how to unlock the user, how to reset. Why? Because none of the interview they won't ask you. They will not ask you like how to create the user, security roles, authorization. Why? Because security team, separate security team is there. They will take care of all your security. A separate interview for the security. But but only basic you need. That's why I'm telling only basic. If I go in detailed way, you will get confused. That's why I'm not going to discuss about the in detailed way. Just to you remember this 5 or 6 transaction codes are very helpful. Just to remember. Tomorrow, if anyone asks you how to unlock the user, just you can tell like SU01, how to create the user, SU01 or SU10, how to create the role, PFCZ, we can create the role. Right? We can answer all these questions, we can answer it. So what do you think is just try to understand it or try to remember this transaction codes and everything. Okay? Got it? Any questions from anyone?